CNN is still in the air is just God trying to keep us humble because of the massive win we had on November 5th. Because, oh my gosh, Abby Phillips from CNN's panel is always her looking stupid, getting roasted by Scott Jennings or some other conservative. She's over here talking about how Biden has no ties to criminal activity, which, okay, like after everything with Hunter, you don't think there's anything weird? 11 years? He pardoned him 11 years and Biden wasn't involved in any of that? Okay. She wants to come at Tom Homan talking about how immigration is going to be way too expensive. Excuse me? People came through our country illegally and you're going to sit there and say there's a price tag on that? But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream because it ensures to YouTube that you're going to enjoy our videos, and in turn, it will continually show up in your feed, and then it'll push out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
For 4 years of Donald Trump.
Did money not change hands?
Scott.
Did it not?
4 years of Donald Trump, 4 years of a Joe Biden DOJ looking into these very things. I'm still waiting to see.
Well, he can't be charged. He's the president.
Right? I'm
Joe
still
Biden
waiting.
Can't be charged.
I'm not talking about charges. I'm still waiting to see the proof of Joe Biden enriching himself. I take his brother and his son, perhaps.
I'll give you.
Did she really just say I'm waiting to find the proof on whether or not Joe Biden's DOJ looked into him and his criminal activity? As if they're going to come after the president like that against someone they like. Because remember, they hate Trump, but Biden's on their team. Why would they ever try and implicate him and get him in trouble? Yeah, I'm just still waiting for that information to come out. I'm still waiting for it's not going to. And if it did, he would have pardoned himself already. He's the president. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Obviously, he's corrupt. I think we're all aware of that at this point. Are you kidding me? And you're about to hear this guy explain probably one of the many situations in which Biden has finessed the system, if you will.
But I think that has yet to materialize. Otherwise,
I'll give you the direct
your colleague, James Comer, could have produced the evidence, and he didn't.
He did. A Chinese company transferred money to a shell company owned by Hunter and Jim Biden that then transferred money directly to Jim and Sarah Biden's shell company that then transferred the money to Jim and Sarah's personal account, who then immediately wrote a check for $40,000 to Joe Biden.
There you have it. If that is verifiably true, if there's a way that you can look into that and trace that, which I'm sure he has, obviously, that's crazy to just say that if it's not true. I'm sorry, there's the proof right there, but has anything happened about it? No. Why? Why has nothing happened, you might ask? Because he's a president. Because he's a Democrat. They don't come after Democrats like that. They don't come after any corrupt politician like that because they're all in cahoots. We know this. We know this. That's what we're here for. We're resisting everything that they propagate, all the nonsense that Abby Phillips and the many Abby Phillips of the world, the Rachel Maddows, the Joy Reids, the Joy Behars, they all just sit there and act, oh man, we don't, this is why your views are plummeting and no one follows or watches you guys anymore. It's because they don't trust what's coming out of your mouth. I'm still waiting for Joe Biden, DOJ, to come out with evidence that he's corrupt. They're not going to. That same DOJ came after Trump with no evidence. Come on. Let's use our brain here. Ridiculous.
To say that there was no evidence. To say there was no evidence is not true. It's not true.
What I'm saying is that Trump was president for 4 years. He wanted to charge Joe Biden. Why did the charges not come? And I think that still remains an open question.
When did Trump want to charge Joe Biden when he was in office? I don't recall that. When Trump was in office, he was trying to come for Joe Biden? I don't recall that. I remember them saying the Hunter Biden laptop situation that, was suppressed by the media and social media. Yeah, Trump wanted us to know about that. When did he try and do anything to Biden? If I'm wrong, correct me, but I don't remember that part. That part's I don't recall.
If there is something illegal happening here, there should be charges on the basis of what you're saying, and there have not been.
He just pardoned Hunter for an 11-year time period.
He pardoned Hunter Biden.
An 11-year time period.
He just wiped the slate.
Hang on, guys.
Jim will be next, by the way.
Right. He didn't do anything. Nobody came after him. This and then that. Trump was president for 4 years. He didn't know Joe Biden was running against him within that 4 years, by the way, just going back to that part. Joe Biden was on nobody's radar until he was the only one that could save America from Trump. Anyways, so that wouldn't even make sense. He wasn't going after Biden. It wasn't until the Hunter thing came out where anything even began. The Biden crime family even started to be something that the public even thought about. So that doesn't even make any sense. But it's a good point. Why did he pardon Hunter for 11 years of things he may or may not have done and things that he has done? Why would he need that long of a window? Unless he was involved with some nefarious behavior as well. I'm just saying, it's interesting.
Well, we're waiting for the charges, and when the charges come, we'll have a conversation about that.
No, you won't.
I promised you that. Solomon Jones, thank you very much for joining us. Everyone else, hang tight. Coming up next.
Yeah, okay, Abby. She's so annoying, man. And she's always got this. I'm sorry, and she's a pretty girl, right? She's sweet looking, but she's a vindictive little. I can't believe her. with their little smile. I don't like when people smile at you, like when they're like disagreeing with you and they're like, it's almost like they're talking down to you. That's what she's doing. Just like, yeah, okay, well, when it happens, we'll see. Yeah, oh yeah, shut up. That's how I feel. I can't stand it. And here she goes again with some nonsense talking about the cost of immigration. We all voted for this. We voted for the 20 million illegals that crossed our border illegally that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden let in. Let's check this video out.
One of the things I've heard him give a lot of interviews, and I know he understands the problem that they want to solve, but he doesn't seem to have a sense of the scope of what it's going to take, what it's going to cost. And that's a critical question.
I actually had a meeting with Tom Homan the other day, along with a number of my colleagues, and we talked about this very issue. Look, it's already costing states like New York billions of dollars of taxpayer money to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants. Then you have the situation where you have criminal aliens committing violent crimes, just as we saw a woman being burned alive on a subway.
Sure did. By
a man who was previously deported and then came back into the United States illegally. The fact is that what Tom Homan is going to do is start the process of deporting criminal aliens out of the United States. And sanctuary states and cities like New York need to cooperate. This idea that you're going to violate federal immigration law, that you're going to use taxpayer money to provide all of these free things. By the way, while Kathy Hochul in New York is charging New Yorkers $2,500 just for the privilege of driving to work in Midtown Manhattan.
That is insane. Providing all these things for illegal immigrants, but then American citizens got to pay how much money just to get to work?
It's a joke. This is the stuff that needs to stop. So yes, there is a price tag. Yes, it's going to cost money. But the reality is we cannot continue to have this massive influx of illegal immigrants coming into the country. Since Joe Biden took office, over 10.5 million people. That's unsustainable, and it's costing us billions of dollars.
Shut up. Here's the thing. Even if it didn't cost, even if take away the reasonable logic for why it's okay that we're spending money to get them out because we're spending all this billions of dollars to keep them in and take care of them and provide for them, these people that have broke our laws, put that to the side. They shouldn't be here to begin with. So it doesn't matter how much it costs to get them out, especially when you send billions of dollars to Ukraine. Why are we involved in that war? Why? Explain that to me. I can understand Israel's an ally. Not that we should be spending billions of dollars there either. I don't know. But like, what? Why are you talking about how much it's going to cost to get people that broke our laws to go back to where they came from? And then you have no issue, gays for Ukraine, praying for Ukraine, with Ukraine. What is this slogan? It's like, no, I'm sorry. We don't rock with that over here. The Trump team, Trump train, or just not even MAGA people, just Americans that were like, this is wanted better for our country and that thought Trump was going to be the man to do it. We voted for them to be deported. You take our money and send it to countries that didn't ask you to, so take our money and do what we actually asked you to. How much it's going to cost? Like, get out of here. That's ridiculous, Abby. How is CNN on the air still? I don't know. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. I want to know what you guys think about it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.